Back to digital. I'm producer WIGNZ, and with me is, if you go back to digital.com, you see Clearview Films everywhere. You see some samples of this man's work. Dreeszen, owner of Clearview Films, a talented man behind the camera. He's joining us today on the live stream, and man, I'm excited to do the live stream, and I'm excited that we're working together, bro.
What's going on, WIGNZ, man? Yeah, pretty excited, man. You know, 2020 was supposed to be this gigantic year, and kind of got a little speed bump there, but we're gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah, I know, dude. It is crazy because we've known each other. Your brother owns Auto Wash, and he's killed it in that business. And you and I met through there. And I watched you with the camera, and then I saw your production skills. And then I was like, oh my God, we have to do something together, man. And so that's here. I gotta kill this fly, bro. Anything can happen when you're live, dude, but this fly just decided to land on me right then and there. But anyway, we've been working with your brother. I saw all your stuff and your skills, and I was like, God, man, there's just something there. And I think we kind of had a good synergy there. For me, I don't know when to shut up, and I can network and get things going, and then you're the man behind the camera. So I think we found a good little balance there.
Right, because I let my work speak for itself. I really don't like to boast about it or anything like that. I'm really modest, but like I can get arrogant sometimes, but I don't really like to talk. I like to talk about film, but I just like to work. The work ethic is like extremely, you know, one of my top things that I can do. So, and you like to talk, so that kind of like fits. So it's like, hey, I got these, you know, I got these clients, and you know, I can get clients, but I'd rather have someone else do that job, you know. So I like to delegate that out. So.
Yeah, no, and it's a good working relationship. I mean, we did hit that speed bump though, because I think we were getting the momentum going, but it is going to get there, and we're going to get back into it. One of the things that, I mean, we have a bunch of common connects because my background with DJ Jones and K-Tone and Francois and even Trev Rich, you've done a lot of music videos for those guys.
Yeah, I've done some stuff for K-Tone. I actually used to film his son when he was in middle school, playing for the Park Hill Falcons. Haven't done anything with Trev Rich. You know, there's a lot of videographers out here, so there's a lot to choose from. And so I've never actually did a video for him, but like we're good. Like when I see him, I'm saying, what's up? We know each other.
Yeah.
You know, that circle is so, you know, large. It's a small world. So yes, I've been in that same circle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's the music world, but then the real estate world, and was really where I saw your craft come to light. And so I think for the realtors out there, that's been the biggest thing that I've been loving, is because through this partnership that Back to the Digital has with Clearview Films, I'm able to reach out to all these realtors, which got a call tomorrow, by the way. But I'm able to reach out to all these realtors and show them your type of work. And then, I mean, I think there's a synergy there where I can talk to them, get an idea of what they want, and then say, hey, this is what they're looking for, and then you execute, which kind of alleviates you from having to worry about any of that middleman or directing or any of that stuff. You just get to do what you do best.
Right. It's really cut and dry with the realtors. Sometimes they hire a lot of people like photographers and stuff, and they're unseen. They don't even have to show up to the property. And so when I deal with the realtors, sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not, you know. So it's just about getting the setup, you know, official. And just, you know, it's pretty easy. But if they want more, like you're trying to give them into live stream, you're trying to do some walkthroughs with the realtor, that is going to expand the company, you know?
Yeah, but the work, it really stands out. And like you said, your work stands out for you because other videographers and photographers, and nothing against them. I saw a guy flying a drone at a house next to mine the other day, and I'm looking at him being like, oh man, me and Sean, we need to get out there. But that competitive drive is there. But they can't really match it, man. And I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way or an egotistical way. I just think there's a quality and a value in the way we're presenting something. And we've worked with Lenny Mayoko of Remax Alliance and even talked to him about that, to where your videos are creating a personability and a relationship so that they could do a 3D tour, they can look at the photos, but you're actually bringing them in and giving them almost like an MTV Cribs, not to date myself, but an MTV Cribs type experience.
It does feel like that. and it's a different way of filming. The way I film a music video or interview is totally different than how I film a house. So it's all cinematic though, you know, and I like to just be real creative on it. And that's just the way I was taught. And so how I got into the real estate videos was I ran across a course that I was taking from Parker Walbeck. He's out of Salt Lake City. And dude had so many videos and tutorials and all this stuff bunched up in his course. And he had different sub courses, and real estate was one of them. And I was like, oh crap, you know, let's see if I can do this. So I had a realtor buddy, and he literally opened up a door for me. So like the first one, we had him open the door, and it was just kind of like how Cribs was, right? You know? And so we did that, and then I got teamed up with him. And you know, social media is everything when you're trying to present yourself. And one turned to two, turned to four, and now I got a comfortable handful of realtors that I work with. And so it's heating up right now because it's actually heating up. And so this is a good time of year for presenting the house. Like a lot of people, they might steer away from the snow and the dead grass and stuff like that. The houses still get sold, and we still do videos like that.
But this is like the peak season. Everything is, it's the cinematic, everything's beautiful, you know?
Green grass, blue sky, hot outside, you know, just the what they want, people want to see, you know. But I love the snow videos too. I flew my drone in the snow. It's slow motion. It's just, you can see every flake coming down, and it has its time. It's Colorado, right? So
yeah. So it could snow tomorrow and then be 100 degrees the day after. You never know.
Yes, I've actually had a house that someone flew the drone about 2 days prior that I got there. They flew the drone because they were taking photos, but they mentioned to the realtor they had a drone. They wanted to see how it worked. They were just, you know, testing it. Came out beautiful, but it was nice outside. 2 days later, I go over there and shoot the video, and it's gloomy. It's just a wet look, and we had to match those twos up. So, you know, I did my best I could, you know, so.
Well, I give you props because I think that we talked about how you taught yourself. You're self-taught. And I think that you could go to school and you can get an education maybe in communication or filming or audio, but you really have to learn the art on your own and kind of be able to master that. And that's something that you've done, which props to you on that. I mean, you're kind of like a self-made videographer in that sense.
Indeed, you gotta fail a lot. You gotta put out some crappy videos. You gotta look back at your videos years after and say, man, I was terrible. You know, I look at my videos from 10 years ago and I'm just wanting to throw up. But you gotta go through them experiences. You know, film school teaches you good principles, teaches you all kind of stuff. I feel like they teach you to be a production employee and not an entrepreneur, not a filmmaker, not a creator. And I could be wrong, but that's just my perspective on it. And so when I was self-taught, I just don't know anything, you know? And so you have to like research that stuff. You have to go out and find the knowledge. And nowadays you can go on YouTube and find a lot, but you don't want to necessarily just follow that pattern. You kind of want to do on your own. Like if I buy a certain tool, I want to make it my own. Like there's presets and stuff that you can buy. There's transitions, but I always buy them and then I always put them in my software, but then I tweak them a little bit and make them my own. And so you have to go through these experiences, man. You gotta lose SD cards. You gotta lose footage.
Yes, and adapt to the loss of the footage and have the client never know that you lost that footage.
Right. You gotta buy a crappy lens. You gotta break tripods and stuff because the rig is heavy. You just gotta do a lot of stuff. And I've been in the game for, you know, I've been doing this for 11 years. And they didn't even know what a lens was when I first started, you know, so.
Yeah. Well, you taught me, man, because I saw you holding the gimbal and the Ronin and the camera, and I was like, oh, dude, what camera is that? All right, I'm going to go get that. Okay, what gimbal is that? All right, I'm going to go get that. Oh, it's a lot harder than just buying a product and thinking you're gonna go create. And I think that that's ultimately why I was like, you know what? This has to be a relationship and a partnership to where it's like, let's make this work for everyone. And to your point, man, it's crazy because you and I don't have a contract, which if you're in the business world and your partnership with anyone, even if it's your best friend, you need to have that. So I think we'll get to that point, but I think the relationship there and the trust that we have is necessary, and it's going to be good for us to build off where we're going, because we've said it right down the middle. It's like, hey, it's a 50-50 split. And what that means is it's like, yeah, I might get the job and it could be somewhere you could walk away and you would have made $400, $500, $1,000 on your own, but you wouldn't have had that client if it wasn't for me. So, and vice versa, there's going to be clients that you bring to the table. And so I think that partnership and that relationship that we have is exciting, because there's a lot of elements that we're going to be able to help. I think we've talked about realty and we've talked about music videos, but one of those things that I'm really excited for is client testimonials. I'm excited for walkthroughs of businesses and facilities. I think we were getting to that point when kind of COVID happened, but I think there's a lot of businesses out there that don't know how to highlight themselves or don't know how to show their brand off. And I mean, we've done that with Auto Wash, to where you wouldn't think you can make a car wash cool or sexy or hip, and we did it. And so it's the same thing with anywhere else. If we're going to a restaurant, if we're going to a clothing store, what have you, that's what I'm excited for, is for us to take it to that level and really highlight the businesses in Colorado and show them off.
So it's all about being creative, and you don't want to be too dull. Like, there's commercials, I mean, there's certain videos for certain things. Now, if it's a commercial during the Super Bowl, you want to be kind of jazzed up, and it wants to be kind of like a comedy, it wants to be funny, it wants to feel good. You're looking for those commercials. But you're on social media, you want a certain commercial, you want something to wow you. But if you're, really corporate and to the point, we want it straight to the point, cut and dry, And that's what I'm good at. I'm good at seeing which one should you evaluate with. And I'll tell a company or a business no, based on what I feel that fits them like a glove. Sometimes it doesn't fit. What you want, that's what you want, but that's not what you need. This is what you need. I'm like a doctor prescribing a patient. Yeah, you might want some Percocets, man, to make you feel good, but we're just gonna give you some Robitussin.
We really need to put you in a cast though and get that arm fixed. Like the Percocet's not gonna do the job.
And so that's what I think we did good with Auto Wash. Was I came in here and I was doing kind of cinematic, slow motion, bust you in the grill type video, and you were there doing the day-to-day videos, the advertising. It's different from marketing and branding. I was doing branding, you were doing marketing. And that's what I try to, educate my clients is, hey, do you want marketing videos or do you want branding videos? Because if you want branding videos, it's going to be a whole different ballgame,
And I'm glad you said that, man, because marketing, if you're out there and you're like, okay, it's the same thing, it's really not. Marketing is bringing in that dollar to purchase a product. It's making people aware of that sale. It's letting people know that you have something to offer. Branding is just letting them know, oh yeah, I've seen that before. If they're driving down the road, I've seen Auto Wash. Or if they're driving down, yeah, exactly, the hat. So that's the first thing we said. And that was the first thing I saw on you when we started working together. I was like, oh, he brands himself. That's what it's about.
I'm not advertising this to sell. I'm branding it, so yeah, it's different. Marketing, if I was trying to sell this hat, then I'd be marketing it. But I'm branding this name. That's why I'm wearing it. That's why you're wearing it,
Yep. And even what we're doing right now with being live with everyone, it's the same thing. We're branding ourselves. We're being informative and educational. And yes, it's going to go on back to the digital.com. But I think that's also what people need to realize too, that everyone has a story to tell. If you're a business, if you're a company, if you're a restaurant, there's a person that made that name. There's a person that made that restaurant, a person that made that meal, a person that made that car dealership. You have to put yourself in front of that audience, because if you're not personable, just like your videos for realty, if you're not creating that emotional connection that you talked about, you're not going to make that sale, and you're not going to be, it doesn't matter to the person, because they're just looking at you like, oh, hey, there's another corporate giant out there. Not, oh, that's cool, Sam started that company, or Sean started that Clearview Films, or WIGNZ started that Back to the Digital. There's not that rapport.
And so that's what I try to educate my clients too, man. people will know the name, but they want to hear the story. Everybody loves a good story. And so I go back to a book from Simon Sinek called Start With Why. And these people, their stories, their background of why they do what they do, because you can just go get a job and go to the highest point of your profession if that's what you want to do. And your why could be, you know, just to pay the bills, get vacation. But if you want to take it to the next level and have no cap on your financial stability, you have a strong why. And that's what I like to put on camera. Testimonial videos, all that stuff, that interview kind of look videos, they tell you why they do what they do. You know, if I have a Mexican restaurant down the street, why did you start this? They'll tell me why. And so I usually have like a format. So I have about 10, 12 questions that formulated to bring that story out. They don't even have to think about it. They just answer those questions, and it'll pop up in that video and slap you right in the face. And you'll be like, wow, I want to go to that Mexican restaurant. Why? Because they were so great. I've been to a Euro, or gyro, Euro. I think they're Euro, right?
Yeah, it's what tomato.
I went to their restaurant. It wasn't that good. I read the reviews. You know, they had great reviews. It wasn't that good, but they were so friendly, and I know they were a mom and pop shop, and I'm coming back. You know why? Because they were so friendly, and I was real personable with them, right? So you putting videos out, and you're in front of the camera, and you're telling your story, and you're being very relatable to the consumer. It's a win-win right there.
Yeah, because I think our names kind of show what we do. You create the Clearview Films, you create that visual content, and then I make sure that it's delivered the right way on the social platforms and networks. So it's kind of to highlight that, again, our partnership. But you're exactly right, because if you create an ad that looks like an ad, we're in a day and age where people sniff it out, they smell it out, they're done, they're scrolling past it. If you're telling a story, I've done it with To The T Plumbing and Heating, and Nate and his wife Megan, they started that company. To tell me about it. Tell me why a husband and wife who he worked as a plumber, and you're a teacher, and she's still a teacher while she's helping him do his job on the weekend. That's the American story. That's what everyone wants to know about. And then, I'm going to hire them. I'm going to hire them to come to my house because they're busting their butt like I'm busting my butt.
Right.
I'm excited, man. Sean, I'm excited to have Clearview Films as part of Back to the Digital. And I'm hoping that you feel the same way about our relationship and partnership, because I think that and I think we're near that point of COVID to where it's a new world, right? Like it's a new normal. Right? Like it's not going to be just going out there and meeting businesses and making videos for them. I mean, it's kind of all they have is videos to highlight their brand and their company now. It's not what it used to be. So I think business for us is going to take a turn and probably for the better. But to that point of everything we're saying about telling the story, it's more important now than ever to highlight that story for everyone, because it's not an easy turn on the switch. Like we're going to get through this, business and economies back to normal. The ones that survive have to pivot. They have to figure out how they're going to do it.
And it's going to be out of sight, out of mind. So definitely technology is going to be at the forefront, and video is going to be right there. You're going to need that. And your vision is to that live stream, even if it's not live, it's continuously playing videos from your company, your business, your advertising, your branding, everything that you need in that whole package. And that's going to be like the new norm. It's already been happening. And so now we're forced into it, actually, you know?
Yeah, I know. And it's, I better step it up, because I've been talking about the live stream game forever, and now everyone's on it. And I'm like, man, I can't preach to the choir unless I'm actually singing with the choir. So I better step it up. But I think we're doing that. And Clearview Films, Back to Digital. If you're in a restaurant, if you're in the auto wash business, we don't want to help anyone else who's in the car wash business. We just want to help Dennis and Aaron. But wherever you're at, man, if it's a car dealership, dealership, if it's a restaurant, if it's a realtor, if whatever your business is, Sean from Clearview Films, Back to Digital, make sure you reach out to us, because backtothedigital.com, you can get all our information on there. You can see all of Sean's work. And I think we're showing this demo of a clip that we made, which I love, because I think it highlights everything from testimonials, automotive world, real estate. So we'll show you that to show you what we're all about. But I'm looking forward to what's going to come forward or come next after we're out of this COVID, and just excited to be working with you, man.
Yeah, I'm all about the work, man, and something that, I can't do all this if I'm not passionate about it. So it comes hard work, but it comes passion, and passion you can see that in the videos when I put them out there, man. It's just like, it's fun, and if I can help somebody at the same time, win-win.
Win-win. Well, let's keep it going, man. Clearview Films, Back to Digital. Sean Dreeszen, producer WIGNZ. We'll see you guys next time. Next time, maybe me and Sean will do an interview with the businesses that we're talking to. I think that's the next level of our live stream partnership.
Yeah. Next time we can go deep back into my history.
Oh yeah, for sure. Make that personal connection. We didn't even get there yet.
10 years of filmmaking, so
got some stories.
Time's flying.
I know, man. Well, let's keep it going, and excited to be working with you. And thank you to everyone that's live streaming us. Backtothedigital.com. You can see all of our examples on the website. You can reach out to us if you need some video work for your business or company. Until then, we're out. Back to Digital, Clearview Films. Later.